Good morning. It's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. So this week I decided that we would look at these teachings of Jesus that are commonly called the beatitudes. And today we're going to be looking at our second one, and it's found in the Gospel of Matthew, the 5th chapter, the 5th verse. In it, Jesus says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." Might sound a bit weird to you. Let's look at it in 3 quick points. Number one, I want to understand this because I think a lot of people misunderstand it. Number two, I want to hone in on why and how Jesus may be saying this at that time to hit those people, so that number three, I can apply it to me today. Let's do those real quickly. Number one, what does it mean? Blessed are the meek. Well, as I discussed yesterday, Markurios, the word blessed in Greek, means to be happy, to be fortunate, to be privileged, to be blessed. And so it's translated blessed, but we could just as easily translate it happy or privileged. And then Jesus says, are the meek. Praus in the Greek is the word for meek. We might think of meek as kind of wishy-washy, let people walk all over you, don't stand up for yourself, Casper Milquetoast, just kind of a namby-pamby. No, that's not true. In fact, Christ described himself as meek, and I don't think that he was mamby-pamby when he kicked the money changers out of the temple, forming a cord with whips and driving out the animals and all of the ill gotten gain of those people trading in God's house the way they shouldn't. By the same token, Moses, the great leader of Israel, is described with the same word as meek. Meek denotes a humility. Meek denotes not thinking above yourself in your station in life. It's also used to translate an Old Testament word. And the Old Testament word of anah is kind of also conveys the idea of, like poor in spirit that we covered yesterday, it conveys the idea of poverty, of not being the big kid on the block who's so big that everybody thinks through might they're going to take over the world. So Jesus says that it's the meek who are going to inherit the earth, not the mighty. Interesting. Point two, what do we think Jesus meant? Well, first of all, this wasn't a novel teaching by Jesus. We need to know that Jesus is actually quoting a passage out of the Old Testament. Psalm 37, verse 11 says, "The meek shall inherit the earth." It goes on to say that they'll delight themselves in abundant peace. And so it's this idea of being blessed, of being happy. They'll delight themselves in abundant peace. The meek shall inherit the earth. It's always been that way. God opposes the proud, but he loves those and lifts up those who are humble. So if Jesus is teaching people that they're not going to find success and happiness and joy in their life by steamrolling others or by being boastful and proud of who they are, but rather by being gentle, by being kind, and by not thinking of themselves too highly, but being humble, then that bears upon point three. What am I going to do about it? How does that affect me today? Well, I'm going to try not to steamroll the world to get what I want. I'm going to try not to feel valuable because I puff my chest out and I brag upon who I am, or I try to be important in the eyes of others. Instead, I'm going to try with humility to serve God, to seek God today, to deal with people with kindness and gentleness, and to show them more important than I see myself. And in that, Jesus tells me I will get everything that I need in this life to live before God and happily and blessed. Blessed are the meek. They'll inherit the earth. That's your video thought for the day.